Hey, Fraser Brooks here, and in this video I want to share with you the hidden skill that network marketers don't talk about too much, and it will become the game changer for you. Now, you've probably heard of this saying before, the fortune is in the follow-up. Now, before you jump off this and you're thinking like, oh, I knew it was going to be about the follow-up, blah, 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 blah. You've probably heard of it, right? The fortune's in the follow-up. The first thing really here is that the fortune's not in the follow-up, the fortune's in the follow-ups. It's almost impossible to make a fortune by following up once. When you follow up more than twice, then hey, guess what? It's now plural, so now it's the follow-ups. But in this video, I really want to talk to you about the art of continuing the conversation. So many people follow up on a logical conversation. They follow up on the presentation, and it goes something like this. How did that make you feel? What did you think? What did you like best? Does it sound like a good fit for you? And it's just, they think about all the logical information and they start thinking like, I need to think about it. It sounds like one of those things. I need to speak to my wife. Like, there's too many logical responses after you follow up from a logical situation. So what I want to do is I want to share with you how you continue the conversation to create an emotional conversation, like an emotional follow-up, but also getting people to really be seeded, all right? Because leaders are seeders. A lot of people say leaders are readers or readers are leaders, but the reality is leaders, they're seeders. They plant seeds of hope, they plant seeds of doubt and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to dive into the iPad and I'm going to share with you why and how this actually works. So let's say that we've got like a pipeline and we want to get to the end where we make our money. And we've got Mary, right? Right now we have more male subscribers. So if you're watching this and you're a female, make sure you hit that subscribe button, okay? We've got all these steps, right? We're starting a conversation. And then we build the relationship, then we ask the question, then we qualify people, and then we show the presentation or a tool, then we do the follow-up, then we close, and then we launch, which is where the money's made, right? Okay, now, the follow-up is where the fortune is made, but it's also where people are so bad. It's where the majority of people just can't get right. And it's because you're following up on the presentation where you need to be following up on what came up in the qualification. So although I've said like the hidden skill is continuing the conversation, the reality is it's qualifying people to then continue the conversation. Let's put like an example onto this, right? Just so that you can follow this and see how this could work in your own business, all right? So let's say we've got Mary. Mary's amazing. She's happy, she's excited, she wants to make a change. And we're starting a conversation on social media, let's say, with Mary. Building a basic level of rapport, a basic level of relationship. This could be where you live, what you do for a job, what you don't like about your life, like whatever. I don't want to go into the basics of building a conversation or building a relationship. But let's just take it in this example that there's a bit of back and forth. I know you're already thinking it's not so easy for me to do the back and forth. Bear with me, all right? Bear with me. Then we're going to invite Mary. We're going to ask Mary, hey, would you be open to making some extra money online if it doesn't interfere with what you're already doing? No worries if not, just thought I'd ask. Or hey, Mary, just curious, would you be open to checking out some information on a game-changing system to make money online? No worries if not, just thought I'd ask. When she says yes, most people then go from they ask the question to the presentation. Amazing. Here's the link, right? They feel like they're the Red Bull Formula One pit lane, where they're like the pit lane, the cars come in, boom, get out, right? 2.7 seconds, I've replied to her with the information. But guess what? When you send the link to the information, now it's a logical presentation. It's a series of steps and processes and information that gets people thinking. But there's no emotion. Now, if they hear some stories, then there's going to be some emotion. That's amazing. But we need the emotion here before the presentation, because the presentation is going to be logic. And people buy 80% emotion, 20% logic. 80% emotion, 20% logic. Think about it. Let's just imagine in this example, because I'm using the color red, that you are going into a Ferrari showroom and there's the red Ferrari and you're like, wow, 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 red Ferrari, amazing. And you start thinking, wow, imagine what my friends would think if I pulled up outside their house, revved the engine and said, hey, come out, let's go for a spin. I wonder what my wife would think when I take the roof down, I pick her up and we go for a drive with the sunglasses on into the sunset. And then as you're thinking this and you're kind of like stroking the car weirdly, the car salesman comes up to you and he doesn't say, say 0 to 62 mile an hour in 2.8 seconds. He doesn't say, yeah, it's got a V8 engine in there. It doesn't say there's 600 brake horsepower, It doesn't give you all the information. He says, or she says, should we take it for a spin? And you're like, And then you go on the road and you get onto the main highway, there's no one in sight, and he says, go on, put your foot down, open her up a little bit, and you go, and you hear that sound and you feel the vibration and you're thinking, woo! This is the best thing ever. Then you get down, you ask what the price is, and then the logical information comes. But you're buying it not because of how many horses are underneath the engine. You're not buying it because the badge is yellow and it's got a black horse on it. You're buying it because of how you feel. And you have to replicate that same situation inside of the business. And for those of you who may be watching thinking this is manipulative, this is persuasive, this is sales. This is how you get better at selling. People need to be pushed to make a decision. The word persuade in Latin is persuadere, persuadere, which is to advise people through to completion. That's what it means. You have to advise people through to completion. And how you do that is by qualifying them. So let's get back to our example. We've got here, someone has said yes. Okay. They said, yeah, I'll see more information. To qualify people, then you need to ask why. Why are you curious to make more money online? Why are you curious to get more energy? Why are you curious to see if you want to make some extra money? Why are you curious about earning an extra income around your family? Whatever you asked, you would then, and they say yes, you would say, before I send the information over to you, I'm just curious. Why would you like to make more money online? And let them answer. If they don't answer the question why here, they probably will ghost you after the presentation here. Most people in network marketing say you need to have a why that makes you cry. Why is an acronym. What hurts you? So if you have to have a why that makes you cry, then why not find the why before someone joins? Why are people waiting for people to join and then establish their why? Find out what hurts them now. So they say why. They give you the why. Now to begin with, just stay there. Just one why is enough. Eventually you'll become a digger because leaders are seeders. The deeper you bury the seed, the greater the tree will become. I often say the deeper the root, the sweeter the fruit. Think about it this way, right? A lot of you get ghosted. Ghosted is the art of someone seeing your message and ignoring you. You ask the question, and someone says yes. That is then the seed on the surface. And you've got all these people, you've got 5 people in one day have said yes, 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 yes. And then you come back the next day and guess what? Surprise, surprise, they're all gone. Why? Because the birds got them. Jim Rohn, thank you very much for that learning lesson, Jim. You leave the seeds on the surface, the birds will see it and go, ooh, so the birds get them. They vanish. You're like, hang on a minute, I've come to nurture them, I've come to follow up with them and they're gone. So instead of you just getting yes, 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 when you get a yes, the seed is on the surface. When you get a why, the seed goes deeper. Another why, the seed goes deeper. Another why, the seed goes deeper. And your goal is to bury the seed so deep down that, again, the deeper the root, the sweeter the fruit. And again, if you can get to 7 levels of why, that's the magic sweet spot. But don't stress about that just yet. As you put this into practice, just ask why once. And if you're thinking, oh, it's too slow, they're not answering the why, then they wouldn't answer the follow-up that happens after the presentation. They wouldn't answer it. They would ghost you here. If they ghost you here with the why here or the why here, right, same place, then they're going to ghost you after the presentation. Now, here's where the magic happens. When you're then following up, you're not following up, hey, so what did you like best about the presentation? You're following up on, do you see how our system could get you out of whatever the situation was that they brought themselves up to? So it's not, I need to think about it. It's not, it sounds like a pyramid thing. It's not, I need to speak to my wife. It's potentially, yeah, maybe. No, I don't really see it. If it just wasn't one of those things, hey, is it the business model that's stopping you? Or is it the fear of overcoming the challenge that's stopping you, right? Like, come on, let's get real with this. So they say no, they're not interested. Well, then every single time you follow up, you say, hey, Paul, last time we spoke, that job that you hated was annoying you. Is that still the case or did you get a new one? Or if they say no on the first follow-up, you say, listen, I get that. And my goal is not to convince you to join this business. My goal is to ensure that people I come across get out of the situation that they don't like. What can I do as a new friend or what can I do as a friend to cheer you on this journey of growth? So they say, oh, now I could also say, hey, if this is not the vehicle, what's the alternative? Or if this is not the vehicle, what's the other plan that you've got? Oh, I don't have a plan yet, but I'm gonna keep looking for one. I'm gonna keep finding one. So then when you follow up on the plan, you follow up on the alternative, you follow up on the why. This is the key skill to being able to growing a substantial business in network marketing. It's qualifying and it's continuing the conversation. How many of you, and you let me know in the comments, I would love to know this, how many of you are stuck with the follow-up because you've already been rejected once and you think, well, there's no point in following up because they're just going to reject me again. Why? Because you're following up on the presentation. Hey, I know we spoke 90 days ago. Hey, last time we spoke was 90 days ago and the business wasn't for you. Has anything changed? It's so logical. It's such a logical follow-up. It's no thanks. What about, hey, Mary, last time we spoke 90 days ago, you'd mentioned to me that you were sick and tired of not having enough money to take your kids to Disneyland. Were you able? I've been following your social media. I haven't seen you go to Disneyland yet. Have you found the vehicle to make it happen? No, I haven't. So now it's like you get excited about following up with people based on a conversation that you've had, an emotional one, more than the presentation that they've seen. Now, this works really, really well when you've got a warmer conversation, right? When it's brand new on social media, a lot of people aren't going to open up and show with you like a deep, meaningful why, but they might just say like, you know what, I just want to make more money. Like I'm just tired of my situation. They might not say, I hate my job, it's driving me crazy, but it doesn't matter. What matters is that you have a reason to follow up that's not linked to the business presentation, it's linked to them. Give it a go. Let me know, come back here in the comments, give it a go, and let me know if you have any questions about it. Let me know how you got on with it, and also encourage other people who's watching this video to go into the comments and see your experience with it, how it's helped you so that they can go and do the same thing. All right? Look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, go crush it.